And hello and welcome to Unity Christian High School for this Class 2A District 15 Sub-State 8 first round playoff matchup between the visiting Maple Valley Anton Odo Charter Oak Ute Rams and the host, Unity Christian Knights. I am Jordan DeSmit and I will be giving you the call here for this one on Fuller Digital Solutions. And I'll start by talking a little bit about both teams. First for the Rams, they're led by head coach Joshua Koenigs. The Rams are 2-17 overall, and they finished 0-8 in the Western Valley Conference. And of course, the Rams finished last in the conference, and their only wins on the season were against River Valley and Lawton Bronson. Both games were a part of the Western Valley Conference tournament. They beat River Valley 54-29 on January 26th, and the win against Lawton Bronson was a 48-45 victory on February 2nd. But those teams that they beat combined for a 9-32 record to end their respective regular seasons. So needless to say, it's been tough sledding for the Rams all season. And in their losses, their average margin of defeat was about 24.8 points. So they're losing their games by an average of almost 25 each time. They have had a few close losses here and there, but for the most part, it's been lopsided defeats. But in the Rams' defense, they do have a pretty young team. They'll normally start a freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior, and there's actually no seniors on the roster. So this is still a pretty immature bunch. They're still trying to figure it out. And I think that they can learn and grow the next couple of years, and part of that growth starts tonight. And just remember, this is a team that really has nothing to prove or to lose, and anything can happen in district basketball. So the Knights have to make sure they come here ready to go here tonight, and I will talk a little bit about those Unity Christian Knights. They're led by head coach Cody Harskamp, and they come into this game 11-10 overall, and they finished 4-3 in the War Eagle. That was good enough for 5th place in the conference. They had a bit of an up and down start. They started the year 3-1 before they went 2-6 in their next 8 games to bring them down to 5-7, but that was about when the Knights started hitting their stride. They ended the year 6-2 to bring their current record to 11-10, and there might have been some uncertainty after losing Jacob Van Dong after the first 2 games, and it took a while for the Knights to start to gel together, but Tice Van Beek has stepped up in a big way. He's been a guy that just fills up the stat sheet every night, and sophomore Braden Bosma and freshman Dylan Bosma have played unbelievable basketball here down the stretch. Those who just kind of feed off each other, and it's been fun to watch. Dylan is great from 3, and Braden can score from almost anywhere. They did hit a bump in the road back on Thursday night where they lost to Class 3A number 9 ranked Bishop Heelan 67-54. The Knights actually found themselves leading by 4 at the end of the first period, but the Crusaders just kind of slowly pulled away from there. However, that is obviously not a team that the Knights will have to play in the playoffs, and they have proved that when their players are working well together, they can play with and beat just about anybody. And step 1 of their playoff journey starts tonight. We'll have to see if they can keep stacking great performances as they work their way through the district tournament. And speaking of that district tournament, I will quick give you just a rundown of all the teams that are on the Knights side of the bracket in District 15. So obviously the Knights right now are playing Maple Valley Anton Odo Charter Oak Ute Rams. And if they win that, they will play West Sioux. If the Knights win tonight, they will play West Sioux at West Sioux, and that will be on Thursday the 16th at 7 p.m. And if they win that one, my guess is they're going to play Central Lyon. Central Lyon on the other side has the winner of Hinton and Boyden Hull. So if the Knights win Sioux, they'll have to face arguably the best team in the state in Central Lyon to go to the sub-state game, which would end up being the state qualifier. So essentially for the Knights to go to state and earn their ticket to Des Moines, they have to win, it looks like, about 4 games to get there, and they will have to beat the winner, the champion out of District 16, and the teams in that district include Missouri Valley, Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah, Underwood, and Trainer. And the 2 teams with byes in District 16 are Underwood and Trainer. And just glancing at the records, Underwood has the best record out of the bunch. They're 18-3. So if the Knights do find their way out of District 15, I'm guessing that's the team that have to play to go to state, but they have to worry about this game first and taking care of business here tonight. So about 20 seconds before we get going with starting lineups in the national anthem, I will take a break. And until then, I think you'll see me again right before tip-off. You are watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know, you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games. Second out, second out. Try it. I think you really like it. I tried it, and so here I am 17 years later. I love it.
Okay, boy. There's two things we can control every morning when we wake up. All right, those two things don't take any athletic ability. It's attitude and effort. Let's get started here. Let's go. Let's have a day.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. I'll quick give you the starting lineups in case you didn't hear them. First, for the Rams, we'll see a sophomore, number 25, Peyton Gress, a freshman, number 11, Joey Coyton, a junior, number 15, Peyton Rabis, a sophomore, number 21, Harry Spicer, and a freshman, number 31, Tanner Dixon. And for the Knights, we'll see a senior, number 10, Tice Van Beek, a sophomore, number 12, Braden Bosma, a freshman, number 21, Dylan Bosma, a senior, number 23, Trevor Waringa, and a sophomore, number 40, Jackson Vogel. And it will be Tice Van Beek against Peyton Rabas for the tip-off. And Van Beek wins that, and we are underway. Playoff basketball here at Unity Christian. Here is Jackson Vogel for an easy layup. And that gets the scoring going for either side. It's 2-0 Unity Christian. Here's Peyton Gress with the basketball. Gets it in near the paint, left elbow. This is Tanner Dixon who flips it back out. This is Joey Coyton with it. Coyton dribbles near right wing, hands it off. This is Peyton Rabas who swings it over to Gress. Gress working on Dylan Bosma. Gress looking for somewhere to go, almost has it taken away. Down to 6 on the shot clock as he hands it off to Harry Spicer. Spicer swings it over to Coyton. He'll take a 3 left wing, no good. And a rebound, Dylan Bosma coming back the other way. Here's Bosma left wing. Bosma swings it to Wieringa. Wieringa passes it back to Bosma. He'll take his first 3, no good, too long. Rebound, Braden Bosma. Bosma drives, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound, Dylan Bosma. Bosma looks like he stepped out of bounds near the baseline. It'll be Maple Valley basketball. Still early in this one. Unity Christian leads 2-0. Here's Peyton Gress, cross court to Rabas. Rabas up to Coyton. Coyton trapped and it went out of bounds. It'll be Unity Christian ball. See if the Knights can capitalize on the turnover. Here's a pass back out to Bosman over to Wieringa. Wieringa drives his layup up and good. Trevor Wieringa on the board for the first time. It's 4-0. Seeing some good ball movement early from the Knights. We'll see if they can keep that up as the night goes along. And that's taken away by Dylan Bosma. Bosma lays it off the glass and good. Take that back. That was Braden Bosma who gets his first points of the night. And it looks like the Rams want a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Unity Christian playoff basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Rams with the basketball. There's a pass cross court up to Tanner Dixon. Dixon feeds it in the paint. That's blocked from behind by Wieringa. Here he comes back the other way, hands it off to Dylan Bosma. Bosma left wing, swings it back to Wieringa. Here's Braden Bosma with it, and they're going to call a travel on Braden Bosma. So the Knights turn it over. We'll see what the Rams can do with it. Here's Joey Coyton, has it poked away, and it will remain with the Rams. Poked away by Dylan Bosma. And Tanner Dixon, one of the freshmen on this team, will inbound it in. This is Gress with it. It gets it up to Tanner Dixon. Dixon back out. Here's a drive from Spicer. Spicer has it taken away. And here come the Knights. Tice Van Beek over to Dylan Bosma. Bosma flips it over to Wieringa. Here's Vogel, drives, kicks it back out to Braden Bosma for 3. Good! Braden Bosma with his second bucket of the night. It's 9-0 Unity Christian. Here's a pass up the court to Dixon. Dixon back in the corner. Here's a 3. Rattles on and out, no good. A missed 3 by Harry Spicer. There's a pass in the paint to Vogel. Vogel lays it up and in with the foul. Vogel to the free throw line to shoot 1. And Vogel at the line so far, 83.9%. He's actually second in the War Eagle coming in free throw percentage. 26 for 31. And the free throw on its way and good from Jackson Vogel. Vogel has 5. Knights lead 12-0. Here's Peyton Gress with it. Gress stops back over to Coyton. Coyton near left wing, gets it in the corner. Here's a 3, too short, no good. And a rebound. Knights coming back the other way. That was a missed 3 by Peyton Rabas. Here's Dylan Bosma in the corner for 3, too short, no good. Rebound Vogel, and it looked like Vogel was fouled on the fight for the rebound. So Tice Van Beek to inbound. That is MVAOCOU's second. Here's the 3 from the corner, no good from Dylan Bosma. And a foul on Unity Christian. It will be Rams basketball. Foul on Jackson Vogel. That's his first, team's first. Here come the Rams back the other way. And that's almost tipped away, taken back by the Rams. And that falls out of the hands of Harry Spicer and out of bounds. It'll be Unity Christian basketball. So here comes Dylan Bosma, 4:35 remaining first period. Knights off to a 12-0 run. Here's Braden Bosma back to Van Beek. Van Beek over to Dylan Bosma. Lobs it up to Braden Bosma, who can't finish the dunk. Gets his own rebound, and he lays it up. And his floater is good with the foul. So Braden Bosma at the line for a single free throw. Bosma had 16 points in their loss on Thursday as he connects on that free throw. He has 8 early on. It's 15-0 Unity Christian. Gress hands it over to Coyton. Coyton has it taken away by Bosma, and then that's taken away again by the Rams. Taken by Gress, and he'll dribble it back out. Gress near left wing, stops, gets it in. There's a nice find in the paint. That layup is too strong and no good. Good pass, just couldn't finish from Tanner Dixon. Here's a 3 from Braden Bosma, way too short, no good. And it looks like on the fight for the rebound, looks like Unity Christian stepped out of bounds. It'll be Rams basketball as a couple new substitutions. Elliot Vandenberg checks in, as well as Steven Schurz and Jackson Popham, Vogel, Braden Bosma, and I think Trevor Wieringa all check out. New substitution in for the Rams. Riley Lincolnhoker checks in for Joey Coyton. So here come the Rams. Here's a pass over to Lincolnhoker. Lincolnhoker double team, pass back to Gress. In the paint, kick back out, and they're going to call a foul on Unity Christian. That is the Knights' team second. And it looks like they got Vandenberg on that foul. So Rams to inbound. There's a pass in the paint, kicks it back out. This is Spicer, drives, loses it, and it's taken by Bosma. Take the back, that's Vandenberg. Vandenberg in the corner to Dylan Bosma. Bosma back out, no, taken away by the Rams. This is Rabas. Rabas tries to get in the paint, and they're going to call a kick on Steven Schurz. So Rams to inbound once again. This is Tanner Dixon who gets it in. Back to Dixon, drives baseline floater, blocked by Van Beek. Goes out of bounds. It'll be with Unity Christian. 15-0, the Unity Christian lead. The Rams without a bucket yet. Here's Elliot Vandenberg, cross court to Van Beek. The Rams pressing a little bit here now. Here's Schurz back to Van Beek, Krupp to Vandenberg. His pass to Popham off his hands, kicks it back out to Bosma. Cross court over to Schurz. Here's Van Beek for 3, left wing, good! Tice Van Beek on the board for the first time. 18-0, the Unity Christian lead. Here's Lincolnhoker, cross court. This is Spicer with it, tries to get in the paint, taken away, and it looks like Popham stepped out of bounds. It'll remain with Maple Valley. And MVAOCOU, 2 different school districts, Maple Valley, Anthony Odo, and Charter Oak Ute combined for this basketball team. Here's Peyton Gress with it. Gress under 3 to go in the period, hands it off to Spicer near left wing. Spicer up to Tanner Dixon near the top of the key. He hands it off to Spicer. Spicer stops, swings it over to Rabbis. Rabbis back to Spicer in the corner now. This is Gress. Gress with the shot clock almost out, and his three is no good. Rebound, Tice Van Beek. Van Beek brings it back the other way, gets over to Schurz. Here's Bosma in the corner. He'll take a three, no good. And rebound, Rams. Bosma's been a little bit cold from three so far. And there's a steal from Vandenberg taken by Van Beek. Van Beek stops, kicks it over to Schurz. Here's Vandenberg in the corner, in the paint to Popema. He'll kick it back out to Schurz. Grabbed it out after the loose ball. Here's Vandenberg left wing for three, no good. And rebound, Rams. Here they come the other way. Here's Gress. Hands it over to Spicer. Spicer near left wing. Back to Gress. They'll slow things down a little bit, trying to get a bucket before the end of the first period. Here's Dixon with it. Dixon cross court. This is Spicer. Spicer will try to drive, spin. His floater is no good. And rebound, Dylan Bosma coming back the other way. Bosma cross court to Van Beek. He'll take a three, left wing, good! Tice Van Beek with his second three of the period. 21-0, the Unity Christian lead. Gress gets it up to, this is Dixon. Dixon back out to Spicer. Spicer back in the paint. There's a floater. That's finally good, and finally a basket from the Rams, courtesy of Tanner Dixon. Here's Vandenberg in the paint to Van Beek. Van Beek drives, kicks it back out to Vandenberg. He'll take a three from the corner, no good. And they're going to call a foul in the paint on Unity Christian. Braden Bosma and Trevor Wieringa were going to check in. Now they will. Check in for Dylan Bosma and Tice Van Beek. 39 seconds left to go, first period. There's a pass up to Lincoln Hoker. Lincoln Hoker has it taken away. Here's Braden Bosma, who has it poked away and out of bounds, and he's fouled. And he will go to the free throw line for two. And Bosma coming in from the free throw line, shooting 67.8%, 40 of 59 as he misses that one. And the second attempt is up and no good. Rebound, Rams. Here's Spicer with it. Spicer back over to Dixon. Dixon brings it across the timeline, throws it off the head of Schurz. Here comes Bosma in transition. He'll throw it up and get the dunk to go. Rattled in and finally got in. As Bosma's totals up to 10, 23-2, the Unity lead. Here's a pass cross court, 2 to go left on the game clock. This is Gress driving. He's fouled with 0.4 seconds to go. And that's Unity's fourth team foul. And it looks like they got Vandenberg. One last quick inbound, and that's going to be the end of the first period with the Knights leading 23-2. We'll take a break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking toward your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Your score, Unity Christian 23, Maple Valley 2. And Maple Valley coming in 2-17. I think a lot of us expected a bit of a lopsided win here for Unity Christian. But Tice Van Beek's up to 6. Braden Bosma has 10. Trevor Wieringa has 2. Jackson Vogel has, I believe, 6. And then the only bucket of the game so far for the Rams was courtesy of Tanner Dixon. He obviously has 2. So it's Wieringa, Vogel, Van Beek, Dylan Bosma, and Braden Bosma out on the floor. So the starting lineup to start the second period. We'll see if the Rams have any sort of answer here. This is Harry Spicer with it. Spicer gets it up. This is Gress with it near right wing. Grice guarded well by Wieringa. He kicks it back out to Spicer, and it looks like a timeout on the floor. We'll take another timeout with them. You are watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. Knights lead 23-2. Here's the inbound taken away by Dylan Bosma. Bosma trying to look for somewhere to go. Here's Van Beek. Van Beek's blocked on his putback attempt. And here come the Rams back the other way. This is Jeremiah Van. Van stops. He traveled. So 7:26 remaining here before halftime. Knights with a commanding lead. Here's a pass up to Wieringa. Wieringa drives baseline, kicks it over to Braden Bosma. Bosma lays it up and no good. Goes out of bounds. Believe it's going to remain with Unity Christian. Van Beek gets it in to Vogel near the corner. He kicks it back out to Braden Bosma. Here's Dylan Bosma back in the corner to Van Beek. Van Beek into Wieringa, back to Van Beek in the corner. He'll drive baseline. He'll kick it back out to Dylan Bosma near the top of the key. Back to Van Beek. He'll take a three from the corner. Good! Braden Bosma. Tice Van Beek. Tice Van Beek with his third three of the game. It's 26-2, Unity Christian. There's a pass almost taken away by the Knights. Here's Harry Spicer. Back out. This is Joey Coyton with it in the paint to Van. Van has it taken away. Here's Wieringa coming back in transition. Wieringa hands it off to Vogel, who lays it up and in. Good find and a good finish by Vogel. Assist to Wieringa. It's 28-2. Unity Christian leads. There's Coyton looking for somewhere to go. Kicks it over, and it's going to go over the head of Jeremiah Van and out of bounds. The Knights will take over. Here's Dylan Bosma with it. Bosma stops, kicks it over to Wieringa, right wing, back to Bosma. Here's Braden Bosma, back to Dylan Bosma. Bosma works off the screen, gets it over to Wieringa. Wieringa for three, good! Trevor Wieringa has 5. 31-2 is your Unity Christian lead. Here's Gress with it. Gress drives in the lane, kicks it back out. This is Coyton with it. Coyton drives, kicks it back out. Here's a floater that's no good from Tanner Dixon. Here's Wieringa in the corner, back to Van Beek. He'll take a three, left wing, too long, no good. Gets his own rebound. Back to Dylan Bosma in the corner. He'll take a three, no good. Rebound Van Beek. Van Beek puts it up off the glass and good. Tice Van Beek up to 11. Really, the only storyline so far is Dylan Bosma is without a point. A little cold from three. We'll see if he can pick it up as the game goes along. There's a cross-court pass almost taken away. It's going to go out of bounds out on Unity Christian. The pass intended for number 25, Peyton Gress. And it looks like Harry Spicer checks out of the game. Here's Gress with it. Gress stops, kicks it back out to Van. He'll take a three from the corner, too short, no good. Rebound, Tice Van Beek. Here he comes back the other way. Van Beek swings it back. It's going to go out of bounds. And the Rams will take over. So Riley Lincolnhoker checks in. He checks in for Jeremiah Van. Here's Gress with it. Gress under 5 to go before halftime. Knights lead 33-2. Here's Coyton. Coyton up to Lincoln Hoker. Lincoln Hoker stops, loses control, almost does. Here's a pass back out to Coyton. Coyton back up to Lincoln Hoker. Here's Gress with it now. Gress in the paint. This is Ryan Parker with it. Parker kicks it back out. This is Coyton. Coyton back out, and they're going to call a foul in the paint on Unity Christian. They're going to get Trevor Wieringa. That's his first, team's fifth. Here's the inbound, and a floater that's up and good from Tanner Dixon. He's got all 4 of the Rams' points. Here's a cross-court pass up to Braden Bosma. Bosma takes a 3. That's good. Braden Bosma up to 13. It's a 36-4 lead for the Knights. And Gress will bring it back up the other way. Gets it over to Coyton. Coyton looking for somewhere. Gets it over to Lincoln Hoker. Lincoln Hoker working on Bosma. Kicks it back. There's a pass near baseline to Gress. Gress drives baseline. Kicks it over. Here's a floater from the baseline. That's no good. No good from Lincoln Hoker. Here come the Knights back the other way. Van Beek passes it over to Dylan Bosma, right wing, cross court to Wieringa, left wing. In near baseline to Vogel. Vogel drives baseline, kicks it over to Dylan Bosma. Bosma back out to Van Beek, but they're going to call a foul, I believe, on the Rams. Jackson Popema, Steven Schurz, and Elliot Vandenberg check in for Vogel, Wieringa, and Van Beek. Dylan Bosma to inbound. 3:31 remaining before halftime. Popema hands it off to Dylan Bosma. Cross court to Schurz, right wing. Back over to Dylan Bosma. He'll take a 3. Left wing, no good. Rebound Popema back to Bosma. Bosma drives back out to Braden Bosma. He'll take a 3. That's no good. And a rebound, Rams coming back the other way. Here's Lincoln Hoker. And that's a pass near the paint, floater, no good. And a rebound, Braden Bosma coming back the other way. Bosma crossover dribble, tries to drive in the paint, taken away by Gress. Good steal by him. And they're going to call a travel on Riley Lincoln Hoker. So 2:59 remaining. Unity Christian leads 36-4. 2:59 remaining in the first half, I should say. Braden Bosma into Steven Schurz. Schurz over to Dylan Bosma. Looks like the Knights looking to set up something here. Bosma dribbles near left wing. Gets it over to Braden Bosma. Back to Dylan Bosma. Little pump. Gets it in near baseline to Popema. Popema fouled on his way up. So Popema will go to the line for 2. 6-team foul on the Rams. They got Peyton Gress, that's actually his 3rd. First free throw on the way, and too long, no good from Popema. Jackson Popema coming in actually only 28.3% from the free throw line. 15 of 53 coming in. Second free throw on the way, and he gets that one to go. 37-4, Unity Christian leads. There's Coyton near left wing. He'll swing it over to Lincoln Hoker. He gets it right wing up to Rabas. Rabas back to Coyton. Coyton drives back out to Rabas near right wing. He'll stop. Pass it over to Lincoln Hoker. Back to Rabas. Rabas swings it to Coyton. Good defense here by the Knights. Coyton back to Rabas. He'll take a 3. No good. Rebound Rams. They'll swing it back to Rabas. Rabas stops, jumper, no good, and a rebound. Knights coming back the other way. This is Braden Bosma. Bosma crossover dribble, kicks it back out to Dylan Bosma. Here's Schurz with it. Schurz back to Vandenberg, cross court to Braden Bosma. He'll take a 3, left wing, good. Hesitated for a second, but got the 3 to go. He's up to 16. It's a 40-4 Unity Christian lead. There's Coyton near right wing. Kicks it over to Rabas near the top of the key. Back to Coyton right wing. He's working on Vandenberg. Coyton back out to Lincoln-Hoker. Lincoln-Hoker drives, kicks it back out to Rabas. Rabas kicks it back out to Coyton. He'll take a three. That's good. So Joey Coyton on the board for the Rams. Here's a three back the other way. That's no good. A rebound. Rams coming back the other way. Here's Tanner Dixon. Dixon is fouled. And that is Unity's 17th foul. Foul on Braden Bosma. That's his first. I should take that back. That's only the 6th foul for Unity. Here's Coyton. Swings it over to Rabas. Rabas near the paint. That is a floater that's no good. Rebound. That pass is going to go out of bounds, and it will be Unity Christian basketball. Believe a bad pass from Ryan Parker. Schurz inbounds it into Dylan Bosma. Under a minute to go before halftime. Bosma swings over to Schurz, back to Dylan Bosma. Bosma works off a screen, drives in the paint, kick it into Popema. Popema can't lay it up and in, and it'll be Rams basketball. Here comes Coyton back the way he drives. Baseline block from behind by Braden Bosma. Goes up on the stage. It'll remain with the Rams. Coyton to inbound near the baseline. Pumps. Needs somewhere to go. Finally gets it. Needs to turn around. A jumper that's no good. No good from Tanner Dixon. Approaching 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Here's Dylan Bosma, left wing, cross court to Steven Schurz. Schurz gathers. Almost has it poked away. Finally gets it over to Braden Bosma, back to Schurz. About a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Dylan Bosma. Knights might just try to hold it. That pass, as Vandenberg wasn't paying attention, taken by the Rams. Here's Tanner Dixon. Dixon lays it off the glass and good. One last heave here is try to get it to Popema. Goes out of bounds. It will be, I think, Unity Christian basketball with 0.2 seconds left to go. Here's the inbound, and that is going to be no good. And we will go into halftime with Unity Christian leading 40-9. We'll take a break, and I'll give you the first half recap. You're watching Unity Christian basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Customers deserve great internet too. This is Doug from EverTech. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the personal service that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bringing customers like you reliable, unlimited internet. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Since 1998, Ground Effects in Sioux Center has been Northwest Iowa's premier landscaping and garden center, providing a full variety of trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. Visit scgroundeffects.com and use their plant finder tool to help you find the perfect plant for your home. Ground Effects also has a full staff of experts and designers to turn your landscaping dreams into a reality. Come see what Ground Effects in Sioux Center has to offer.
Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration has always operated under strong values aimed at exceeding client needs. The relationship with their clients begins on the first day of contact and only ends once you are fully satisfied with the work. When you hire Notaboom Electric, you can count on them for the results you want and need. They offer a number of services for residential and commercial facilities to schools and churches. Discover the advantage of working with Notaboom Electric and Refrigeration in Orange City today. Wishing good luck to the Knights.
When each new day begins, we're here. When you want new technology that's tested and proven, we're here. When you need a sounding board or just a good story, we're here. For an ally whose local roots run as deep as yours, or to make next year the best year yet, we'll be where we've been all along, with you from the word go.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
I chose the NCCCNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. I got a few scores from Sub-State 8. Don't quite have a score from the Hinton and Boyden Hull game, but from District 16, Missouri Valley is trailing Red Oak at halftime, 26-25. And the last score I have from Clarinda and Shenandoah, Clarinda was up 17-12, that last score in the second quarter. So I'll try to get you those scores as they come in. But right here, Unity Christian is leading 42-9 over Maple Valley, Anthony Odo, Charter Oak Utes, otherwise known as the Rams. And I'll give you a quick rundown of the stats. For the Rams, Joey Coyton has 3 of the 9 points, and Tanner Dixon has 6, and that's all the scoring so far for the Rams. And for the Knights, Tice Van Beek has 11, Braden Bosma has 16, Trevor Waringa has 5, Jackson Popema has 1, and then Jackson Vogel has 7. So I mentioned in the pregame that this Maple Valley team is just, they're really young. There's not a senior on the team. They play a lot of younger guys. They started, I believe, 3 sophomores and a freshman. They have a lot of freshmen that rotate in as well. The oldest guy that they have starting is a junior. So I really think their youth is showing against a Unity Christian team that I think is just overall a lot more experienced, and a team that has a couple seniors, a couple sophomores, and a freshman. But I think just a couple guys that have gone in and played against better competition and just played overall just better basketball. And really, I think Unity Christian's experience is showing tonight. And even Unity Christian, I think, has been sloppy at times. They've turned the ball over a little bit. I'm assuming Coach Harskamp is going to, or did already probably address that in the locker room at halftime. So there are some things that the Knights can improve on despite this score. But I guess the biggest thing they can really focus on is playing the best half that they can play, and then maybe getting some reserves in the game, and you never know when you might need them as the playoffs go along. But yeah, the biggest thing for the Knights is they were up 23-2 at the end of the first period. They were obviously up 40-9 now. They're playing fantastic defense. The Rams really haven't gotten a whole lot of things to fall, but we've seen a lot of steals, a lot of pickpockets from the Knights as well. And there's a few things they can do better in the offensive end, but really for the most part, it's been a solid game here for the Knights as the score shows, and we'll see if they can continue that trend and then finish this game off the right way and earn themselves a day and a rematch, really, with West Sioux on a Thursday, who they lost to earlier in the season. So we'll see if the Knights can keep building off this big lead. I'll take a break, and I'll be back with you at the starts of the second half. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
Take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's gonna be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa at Iowa State Bank.
The instructors here are really nice. The way they teach here is different than a few other colleges as well. We have outside cars, so not just a bunch of trainer cars that everybody works on and you kind of know what's wrong with them already. So we have to go through the full steps of diagnostics and find out what the problem is, and then we fix it.
The heavy equipment program here at NCC is unique in that we actually go out and do real-world jobs. Students get hands-on time with the equipment. We cover the maintenance as well as the operation of the equipment, and then we go into the estimating side of things.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. About set for the beginning of the third period and the first half as the Knights are in step one of their playoff journey as they try to get through the district bracket, then hopefully get to the sub-state championship game here down the road. But they got to finish off at this game here at Unity Christian playing Maple Valley as they lead this one 40-9. And it's really been dominant from start to finish here for the Knights. And you can just tell, I think, this Rams team was just kind of outmatched. But I mean, there are some things I think the Rams can improve on. Like I said, I think every single starter will return next year. And definitely a lot of learning experiences to be had with this game, and I think really this whole season. But we'll see what kind of effort they come out with here in the second half. And likewise with Unity, we'll see what kind of focus they have as they try to finish this thing out up 31 points. So Tice Van Beek will inbound to start the half. He gets it in to Dylan Bosma, and we're underway here in the second half of this first round playoff matchup. Here's Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa stops, kicks it over to Vogel. Vogel back to Wieringa near right wing. Here's Dylan Bosma, top of the key. Here's a good pass to Wieringa. His three, no good. Rebound, Braden Bosma back to Dylan. Here's a three from Tice Van Beek. That's no good. Rebound, Braden Bosma. Bosma into paint, and that layup's up and good with the foul. Underhanded layup from Braden Bosma. He'll go to the line for one. And with that, Bosma up to 18 already. And his free throw is up and no good. Unity Christian gets the rebound again. Great offensive rebounds here to start the second half for the Knights. Here's Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa back over to Dylan Bosma. He'll take a three, left wing, good! Finally got one to go. Dylan Bosma is on the board. It's 45-9. Unity Christian leads. See if the Rams have an answer. Here's Joey Coyton. Coyton crossover dribble. Hands it back to Spicer. Spicer takes a three from the corner. That's good. Nothing but net from Harry Spicer. He's on the board. So pass near baseline of Bosma. Here's a floater from Tice Van Beek, who gets it to go. And Tice Van Beek up to 13 now. Here's Harry Spicer near right wing. Spicer over to Coyton near the top of the key. Coyton dribbles near baseline. Gets it back out to, that's Gress in the corner. Gress dribbles around the perimeter, works off a screen. Gress stops, kicks it back out. Here's Spicer, drives, floater up and no good off the glass. Rebound, Braden Bosma. Here he comes back the other way. Bosma cross court to Dylan Bosma to Wieringa, pumps over to Tice Van Beek. Van Beek falls and the ball is taken by Maple Valley. Here's a good pass up the court. Here's a floater that's no good. And a rebound, Tice Van Beek. Floater no good from Tanner Dixon. And Van Beek stops, kicks it over to Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa pumps, drives, baseline. Layup up and no good. Too strong off the glass. And rebound Rams. Here's Peyton Gress near left wing. Gress near the paint, kicks it back out to Coyton. Back to Gress. He dribbles near the logo. Gress over to Coyton near left wing. Coyton swings it over. This is Harry Spicer. Spicer drives in the lane. Layup up and no good. Rattles it and out. And fight for the rebound on the floor taken by Vogel. And that's going to be a foul on the Rams. Foul on Jaden Meyer. And Meyer will check out. Lincoln Hoker checks in. That's the Rams' second team foul of this half. Here's Wieringa near right wing. Kicks it over to Dylan Bosma. Near free throw line to Van Beek. Back to Wieringa. Wieringa has it again. Kicks it over to Dylan Bosma. Left wing in the paint to Van Beek. His floater no good. Fight for the rebound taken by the Rams coming back the other way. Here's Coyton in the corner. Swings it over. There's an attempt for a pass in the paint taken by Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa coast to coast gets it into Van Beek, but he can't handle it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Rams basketball. Still a little bit of sloppiness, a couple different turnovers here to start the half for the Knights. Just something to clean up as they go into Thursday. Spicer hands it over to Lincoln Hoker. Back out. Here's Tanner Dixon who kicks it back out to Gress. Gress drives, floater up and good off the glass. And that's Gress's first bucket of the game, 47-14, the Unity lead. Here's Wieringa near right wing. Wieringa dribbles near the top of the key, back to Van Beek. Here's a three in the corner from Braden Bosma, too long, no good. And rebound Rams. Been somewhat even to start this first half. Here's Lincoln Hoker, floater no good, and a rebound. Knights coming back the other way. Jackson Vogel gets it up to Dylan Bosma. Bosma almost has it poked away. Gets it back, cross court up to Braden Bosma. Bosma stops back to Dylan Bosma, cross court to Trevor Wieringa. Wieringa stops, kicks it in the paint to Van Beek. Van Beek, his pass goes out of bounds, out of the reach of Jackson Vogel as Steven Schurz, Jackson Popema, and Elliot Vandenberg check in for Wieringa, Dylan Bosma, and Jackson Vogel. Approaching 3 to go here in the third period. Bit of a sloppy third period for the Knights. Here's Gress. Swings it up to Harry Spicer. Spicer, step back, jumper is good. Rams still fighting. Here come the Knights. Here's Tice Van Beek. Van Beek over to Vandenberg. Vandenberg cross court to Schurz. Schurz crossover dribble over to Braden Bosma. Drives baseline, layup up and no good. Rebound Popma back to Bosma. His floater is good this time. Braden Bosma up to 20. That was a good move in the paint, though. 49-16, your Unity Christian lead. Here's Lincoln Oker, drives, kicks it back out to Van. He'll take it 3 from the corner. That rattles on an out, no good. Rebound, Lincoln Oker will drive his left-handed floater, no good. And rebound, Braden Bosma coming back the other way. Here's Bosma. Bosma drives, has it taken away by Gress. Here come the Rams. Near right wing is Gress. Gress guarded by Vandenberg, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Van. He'll swing it over to Lincoln Oker. He'll pump, drive near the paint. His floater is no good. And rebound, Tice Van Beek. The Rams doing some good things here, though, in the second half. Here's Schurz with it. Swings it over to Bosma. In the paint through the legs of Popma, and the Rams will take it and bring it back the other way. And that's a bad pass out of bounds. And the Knights will take over. Here's Schurz with it, back to Van Beek. Van Beek swings it back to Schurz. Still needs to cross the timeline, finally does. That's off the foot of Peyton Gress. As Trevor Wieringa, Dylan Bosma will check back in. Braden Bosma and Tice Van Beek check out. Approaching a minute to go, third period. Knights lead 49-16. Schurz gets it into Dylan Bosma. Bosma near the top of the key. Swings it over to Schurz. Schurz back to Dylan Bosma. That's Vandenberg left wing. He'll drive, and he traveled. So the Knights will turn the ball over. So here comes Peyton Gress and the Rams back the other way. Fast-moving third period. Here's Gress with it again, right wing, kicks it in the paint to Spicer, who lays it up and in. Harry Spicer has 7. See if the Knights have an answer. That's almost taken away, and the Knights finally gain control, but here's Dylan Bosma in the corner, back out to Vandenberg. Vandenberg in the paint to Popma. Popma off the glass, no good. Approaching 6 seconds left to go here in the play clock. Here come the Rams, 2 to go. Here is Lincoln Oker. He'll pull up a desperation 3, no good. And with that, we will go into the fourth period with the Knights leading 49-18. We'll take a break. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking toward your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. We're about set for the start of the fourth period with the Knights leading 49-18. And that third period was actually even. Both teams only scored about 9 points, fast moving. Not so sure if there was even a timeout called. But like I said, the Knights a little sloppy on the offensive end, and the Rams showing a lot of fights, a lot of effort here in the second half. Looking to end their season out at least on a bit of a positive note. But we'll see what the Knights can do to end this one. Still leading by about 31. Here's Peyton Gress. Will drive in the lane. That's blocked. And it's taken by Schurz. He'll swing it up to Wieringa. Get it over to Vandenberg in the corner. Here's Bosma in the paint to Popma. Back out to Vandenberg. Here's Bosma right wing. Swings it over to Schurz. He'll take a 3. Left wing too short. No good. And rebound Rams coming back the other way. Here's Dixon. Dixon drives. His layup is up and good with the foul. So nice move to the rim by Tanner Dixon. Dixon now leads the Rams with 8. New substitutions, Tice Van Beek, Jackson Vogel, and Braden Bosma check in for Popma, Vandenberg, and Schurz. 49-20 your score. And the free throw from Dixon is good. Tanner Dixon now with 9. Here's Dylan Bosma. That's almost taken away. Gets it back, swings it over to Van Beek. That's taken away by Dixon. Dixon drives near baseline. Layup no good. And rebound Rams. Here's Coyton. Swings it over to Spicer. His 3 no good. Gets the rebound, does Gress. He's near left wing. Gress drives, kicks it back out. This is Rabas with it. He swings it over to Spicer. Spicer almost loses it near the free throw line. Puts a desperation one up, but it's no good. But he was fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. So Trevor Weiring got guilty of that foul. That's his second and team second. Both teams have 2 team fouls here. First free throw on the way and good from Harry Spicer. He has 8 on the night now. 49-22 the Unity Christian lead. Second free throw on the way, and that's no good. Rebound Tice Van Beek. We'll see if the Knights can get some offense going here. Hasn't been a ton of that here in the second half. Here's Van Beek near left wing. Gets it in near baseline to Bosma. Bosma floater too short, no good. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Rams basketball. So here come the Rams. Here's Peyton Gress near the top of the key. Gress brings it back near the logo. We'll get it in. They pass back out. Here's Gress with it again. He'll hand it off to Spicer. Spicer has it taken away by Wieringa. Here come the Knights in transition. Wieringa gets it into Van Beek. His layup up and good off the glass. Tice Van Beek up to 15. It's 51-22 Knights lead. Here's Peyton Gress. Gress gets it in to Spicer. Spicer passing her the baseline. That's blocked from behind, but Dixon is fouled. So Dixon, one of the freshmen that gets a lot of playing time. He's at the line for 2. They got Dylan Bosma with the foul. That's his first, team's third. Free throw on the way and too short, no good. As Jeremiah Van check in, as well as Jaden Meyer. Second free throw on the way and too long, no good. Rebound Jackson Vogel will get it up to Wieringa. Wieringa near right wing, crossover dribble, kicks it back out to Vogel. Here's Van Beek, gets it into Bosma. He'll hand it off to Dylan Bosma. Crossover pass to Trevor Wieringa. Here's Bosma with it again. That's no good. And fight for the rebound. Good effort by Braden Bosma. He'll get it up to Dylan Bosma in the paint to Jackson Vogel. That's taken away by the Rams. Here comes Gress. He gets it up to Van. Van dribbles near baseline. And Van has a strip from his hands. It'll go out of bounds. It'll remain with the Rams. 5:16 left to go. Unity Christian still leads 51-22. There's the pass into Gress. Swing it over. This is Spicer with it, right wing. Gets it in the corner. This is Dixon over to Van. Van near the top of the key. Cross-court pass to Spicer. Spicer stops, kicks it back out to Dixon. That's link off the back of Bosma. Bosma has it in transition. Good move in the paint, and he gets it to go. Braden Bosma up to 22. Good move to get free for the bucket. It's 53-22. Spicer swings it over to Gress in the corner. Gress stops, pumps back over to Dixon. Dixon crossover dribble, drives in the paint, and he's fouled. 4:27 remaining. Knights still lead by 31. And it looks like they got Tice Van Beek on that foul. That's his first, team's 4th. Dixon went 0 for 2 on his last trip to the free throw line. Misses that one. And the second free throw is on his way, and no good. So back-to-back trips to the line with no points from Tanner Dixon. Here's Dylan Bosma near right wing. Bosma's pass is taken away by Dixon. Dixon brings it back the other way. His layup is up and good. Tanner Dixon up to 11. 53-24 is the Unity lead as Braden Bosma was fouled by Jaden Meyer. That is Meyer's second. Here's Dylan Bosma. Bosma stops, swings it over to Vogel. Vogel near the baseline, kicks it back out to Dylan Bosma near the paint to Tice Van Beek. Back out to Wieringa. He'll take a three near the corner. Good. Trevor Wieringa with 8. It's also a second three of the game. 56-24 is score. Here's a floater, no good. Off the glass, rebound Wieringa. Wieringa trapped near the baseline, taken away by Van. Van stops in the paint, and he's fouled from behind. And Van will go to the line for 2. Jackson Vogel on the foul. Here's the first free throw. That's no good. For Vogel, that's his second foul, and we'll get a mass substitution. Gabe Borchers checks in. Kyan Emmelkamp checks in. Elliot Vandenberg, Jackson Popema, as well as Steven Schurz all on the court for the Knights. Looks like they'll play out the last 3:25. Van's second free throw, too short, no good. Here's Steven Schurz, finally gets it up to Jackson Popema. Popema cross court to Schurz. Schurz gets it up to Vandenberg near right wing, and that's going to be taken away off the hands of Schurz. Here come the Rams back the other way, approaching 3 to go. There's a pass up to Harry Spicer near right wing. He'll dribble near the baseline and loses it out of bounds. It'll be Unity Christian basketball. Schurz gets it into Borchers. Borchers back to Schurz. Here's Vandenberg. The Rams pressing a little bit. Here's Kyan Emmelkamp over to Popema near right wing. Popema dribbles near baseline, gets it up to Emmelkamp, back to Schurz. Schurz back out to Emmelkamp. Here's Vandenberg with it now. Stops, gets it up to Emmelkamp. Dribble back, kick it out to Vandenberg. He'll take a three, no good. And rebound, Knights. That's blocked from behind and taken by the Rams. Jackson Popema had it blocked. Here's Spicer, three, left wing, no good, too short. And rebound, Gabe Borchers. Here's a pass up to Vandenberg. Vandenberg in the paint to Emmelkamp. Good spin and a good finish. Kyan Emmelkamp, the junior, on the board. 58-24, Unity Christian leads. Here's Spicer, crossover dribble, spin in the paint. He's going to get fouled. Actually take that back to call the travel. Couple new substitutions in the game. We'll see Bryce Harskamp as well as Simon Mellema. Here's Mellema with the basketball, kicks it back here to Titan Holstein, who just checked into the game as well. Here's Emmelkamp dribbling near baseline. He'll try to kick it back out. Here's Emmelkamp with it again in the corner. That's good. Rattles in off the glass and through the basket. It is 61-24. As we approach a minute left to go. And that pass is taken away by Holstein. Holstein passes it up to Emmelkamp. Will drive baseline. His layup no good, but he's fouled. 52.4 seconds left to go. The Knights trying to put the finishing touches on their first round victory here. Foul that time on Ryan Parker. That's his first. First free throw on the way and good. From Emmelkamp. Just checked into the game. He's up to 6. And the second free throw is up and too short, no good. Rebound Rams. Here's Coyton with it. Coyton up to Lincoln Hoker. Lincoln Hoker near the top of the key. Crossover dribble, drives, puts up a floater, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Out on Unity Christian. The Rams will maintain possession. Lincoln Oker looking for somewhere to go. Finally gets it in, gets it back. He'll drive, puts up a wild shot that's no good. Here comes Titan Holstein, gets it up to Bryce Harskamp. Harskamp stops, kicks it over to Mellema. Mellema in the paint to Borchers. His layup no good, gets his own rebound. Putback is blocked. And fight for the rebound on the floor, and they're going to call a foul on the layup attempt that was Austin Wieringo just checked into the game. So Ryan Parker on that foul again. Wieringo will shoot 2. Wieringo, the 5'10 freshman, his first one is no good. 2.4 seconds remaining. And a second free throw on the way, and a good from Wieringo. Last-ditch attempt to get some points here for the Rams. Here's a pass up the court. Last second heave is too short, and no good from Ace Staley. And that'll be your game with the Knights taking this first-round matchup 63-24. We'll take a break, and I'll get you some post-game recap. You're watching Unity Christian Basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions.
You can't replace the peace of mind that comes with knowing your animal is in good hands. Central Veterinary Clinic has been serving Sioux Center and the surrounding area for over 60 years. With a staff of 11 veterinarians, you can be sure you're getting the right care when you need it. Whether it's your companion animal or a production animal operation, Central Veterinary is committed to staying up to date on the most current medical advances and knowledge to provide your animal with the best care. See what the professionals at Central Veterinary have to offer you at centralveterinaryclinic.com. Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
Take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account.
Uh-huh.
Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Switch to Kasasa at Iowa State Bank.
Unity Christian is proud to have these businesses as partners, helping to ensure the success of our students now and into the future.
And welcome back to Unity Christian High School. The Knights take this one 63-24. They led 23-2 after 1, 40-9 at halftime, and then 49-18 after 3. Then finally coming out with a 63-24 victory. A couple scores from around the area. This game went pretty quick, so I don't really have a ton of final scores for you. Red Oak and the Red Oak game and a Missouri Valley game. Last time I checked, it was 26-25 at halftime. That's the latest score that I have for you. Boyden Hull and Hinton, the winner of that game will play Central Lyon. The latest score I have is Boyden Hull leading Hinton 24-19 at halftime. And then for the Clarinda and Shenandoah game, Clarinda leads 43-28 in the third quarter last time a score was reported. But for this game, I'll go through a few of the final stats. First, for Maple Valley, Peyton Grest had 2, Joy Coyton had 3, Harry Spicer had 8, and then Tanner Dixon led the way with 11, and that was all the scoring for the Rams. And for the Knights, Tice Van Beek had 15, Braden Bosma had 22, Dylan Bosma only knocked on 1 3, he had 3, Trevor Wieringa had 8, Kyan Emmelkamp had 5, Jackson Poppema had 1, and Jackson Vogel had 7. So obviously a lopsided victory here for the Knights, but there's definitely a few things that they can get better at and improve on. Defensively, they played pretty well, really, for the most part. And really, the Rams also had a tough time getting things to fall. Had a couple of threes that didn't really go their way, but really, otherwise it was a good job of forcing a lot of turnovers for the Knights as well. But the Knights at the offensive end kind of went cold there in the second half. Started off really well, putting up 23 in the first period, but only scored 9 in the third. And so I think that's just something that the Knights can improve on, and I think that's also just part of being up so big at halftime and playing a team that, maybe not quite up to the standard of teams that they're used to playing. And maybe you just kind of you lose your focus a little bit, but I think the Knights, when they go into their next matchup, when they play West Sioux, obviously a team that beat them earlier in the season, and West Sioux actually won that one 73-62. And there should be a lot more focus in for that game. I mean, West Sioux at 17-4 right now, and I'd assume, that the Knights would go into that one. They play at Hayward, about a 20-minute drive. They should go into that one with a lot of focus, a lot of effort, and a lot of drive to win that game. And again, if the Knights win against West Sioux, they'll play the winner of Central Lyon and whoever wins between Hinton and Boyden Hull. And then if they win that game, they will go on to play in the Sub-State Championship game against the winner out of District 16. So still a lot of basketball to play for the Knights if they want to continue on this playoff path and make it to the state tournament. Step 1 was a success here tonight, and they found a way to get a win. And obviously, like I said, some things that they can still work on. Dylan Bosma didn't play at his best as what we're used to. He only put up a 1-3, but again, he had a lot of help from his friends. Braden Bosma at 22, Tyson Beek also had a great game with 15. So excited to see what the Knights can do on Thursday and how well they play and how well and how far they can make it here as they go through the district tournaments and beyond. So that'll be it for me. The girls play on Wednesday night here at Unity Christian when they'll take on West Lyon. That should be a good and exciting matchup. Both teams are 17-5, and I believe we will have the game for you here on Fuller Digital Solutions. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'll see you next time. This is Jordan DeSmit signing off.